So today we are starting on a new project, and that project is we are going to be putting a glamping campsite here on our property, and we are going to be putting it right here by this big pine tree. It gets plenty of afternoon shade. It's kind of secluded right here. There's nothing but open fields all around, and what we have started doing is we started cutting a walking trail that will make easy access and a shorter distance to this spot. So I'm using this Forester 9-inch cutting blade meant for weed eaters and brush cutters, and I'm using it on this 40-volt Ryobi, and it seems to work pretty good. I'm going to try to cut this root here. It should cut it no problem. I've already gotten it in the mud, and it's still sharp as it was when I first started, so as long as you don't hit a rock, it works pretty good. I'll leave a link down in the description for that. Alright, let's see how this goes. The only problem with this battery operated stuff. Oh yeah, it cut it right out. And it does make a nice clean cut. Alright, I'll cut this out of the way. Not too bad. I just cut this stump with this Ryobi 10-inch battery operated chainsaw. It works pretty good. The blade stays sharp, and it does a nice job if you just got a few things to cut. We still have a lot of work to do right here. It's a little wet. It's still early spring, and it's a little wet to bring the tractor and the brush hog in here to clean this up. But that's next on the list. So what we did was we'll walk back from this spot, and these are the open fields which go down into the woods, and there's plenty of walking trails, and I'll show you that here eventually. But so what we did was this stone wall right through here, this is the property line. This is our this is the edge of the property right here, and then what we did was we hand cut with some equipment. So we hand cut a trail through here that makes it short and an easy walk. There's still some stuff I got to get here with the brush hog on the tractor, which will clean this up real nice and give it a finished look. So in looking for a spot to make this trail, I knew that there were a couple of stone walls here on the property that meet, and I figured we'd have to like move some stone and make an opening. Well, because everything is still dormant, because it's still early April, and there's no brush and branches and stuff, it was easy to kind of look around and explore, and we found an opening here in the stone wall that was already here. So we just had to connect point A to point B really, and go right through here. So luckily there weren't any major trees in the way. It'll be nice and wide. We cut everything down that was big, that would be in the way, that was too big for the brush hog. But this stone wall, you can see, goes down this way, and then this stone wall did make a T. Right here is an L, because now we have this opening here. But right there, we found the marker for the property line. So going this way is our property boundary, and then going this way is our property boundary. So we're like right in the corner, the front corner of our property line. But our property kind of does like a step. It keeps stepping out as we get further down towards the woods, which I'll show you. But as far as being right here, this is the rest of the trail, and it's only like a 1-minute walk, so it's not very far at all. It's a little muddy right now, so I don't want to drive the tractor through here and make a bigger mess. So all the campers would have to do is just walk right down this trail to their camp spot, and once we get over here, this is the little cabin that we are currently working on, which eventually will be possibly an Airbnb, but that's down the road. But right here's the driveway, so they can park right here, and then that stone wall right in there, that is the property line, and then that is where it L's out right over here. And then you might be able to see the orange markers on the trees. That's where that trail is. So you just walk right down through here. Still have a lot of cleanup and branches and some debris and junk, but for a morning's worth of work, we got this nice trail all cut right through here. So it didn't really need a lot, just a little bit of chainsaw work, a little bit of tree branch trimming, cut some thicker brush stuff by hand, and yeah, and then right here is that opening that we discovered in the stone wall. So yeah, and then we just walk further on down, and then we're in the field over to the future camping spot. Now we're out here in the open field, and then right there is where the tent site is going to be, under that big pine tree. So we were here yesterday, and it was a lot sunnier than it is right now. It's pretty overcast today, and it was full sun, and we were here in the afternoon. And I know in the summer it can get pretty hot, and I know tents get really hot in the sun all day. So I really wanted a spot that would be kind of protected from the sun and had a lot of shade, and this seemed like a really good spot, because this whole side right here is all in shade. So I think that is going to work well. And then once you get over here, I do have trails already cut through here that have to be just trimmed up this spring. You can kind of see they go right through here. There's a couple of down trees I got to get out of the way, and I'm going to mark the trails, and then that will lead you down to some other fields, and then down into the woods to the big lake. It's kind of it used to be a swamp, but it's more of a lake now. There are some floating dead trees in there and a few standing dead ones, but it's pretty full of water, so it's really don't even call it a swamp anymore. It's so it's gotten so big, and it's pretty nice down there. There's a lot of trails throughout the woods, so I think it's going to be a very nice, quiet, relaxing area to walk around. And I'm going to put some benches and put some other stuff down there, so there's areas to sit and hang out. And yeah, and then it's just a short walk back to your car if they you know, want to go exploring for the day. There's a lot of state land around here. There's a lot of local attractions that aren't too far away, so hopefully this should be an attractive glamping spot. I mean, we've never tried it. It's brand new, something we've been wanting to do for a while, and I've been thinking about it for a long time and kind of scoping out the best location for a tent site, and I think we finally found it. So I'll keep recording as we continue working on this, and as it progresses. And yeah, if anybody's interested, you know, subscribe, keep watching the videos. And you know, this is all new, so I'm sure I'll make a few mistakes, and maybe I'll give you guys some ideas. Who knows? But until the next one, we'll see you later. Thanks.